Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of 10 Tips Towards Success with Sharique. And today we have Laneice from Wisconsin, USA. Welcome, Laneice, to the show.
Hi, Sharique. Am I saying that right? I hope I got it right.
Almost, yeah, Sharique.
Sharique. Okay. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to share my 10 tips today. Yes.
Yes, that will be great. She has lots and lots of experience with workforce management, and her tips will be very good. And today, but she want to tell us tips about living life for purpose. We will start now.
Yes, thank you so much. Again, everybody, my name is Laneice McGee with Laneice Leads, and I love to bring inspirational content to encourage your heart to take the necessary steps to move forward. So today, I'm sharing 10 tips, yes, 10 tips on how you can live your life on purpose. And so, tip number one, and let me say, these tips are not in any order, okay? So, tip
Okay.
one, your impact is your legacy. Your
Mhm.
impact is your legacy. So what I mean by that is what you do, what how you live will be your legacy. Sometimes
Mhm.
we look to do these big things, or we look to stars and other people like, oh, I want, if I do this, then I will have a legacy. No, how do you impact people? How do you impact your family? What are you doing to make a change? I
Mhm.
remember really quickly one day I fell, right? I'm a little bit older, and I was walking down the steps and I fell, and there was some young boys walking, and one of them out of the five turned around to help me up. That
Mhm.
is part of his legacy, his
Mhm.
generosity, that he picked me up. So what will be your legacy? Your impact and how you impact others is your legacy. Tip two,
Mhm.
what do you think? Is that good? Are
Good,
we good?
good, very good.
All right. Tip two, some things need to die in order for you to thrive. Some things need to die in order for you to thrive. And I think about this one is because my beautiful stepdaughter, she was having a conversation with me, and she's older now, she's a teenager. And so of course she's starting to think about her life and how she wants to live her life. And she said,
Mhm.
if I want to live a happy life, I have to let some things die. And I thought,
Mhm.
for her being younger and to think that way, that's very, very wise for her age. And
Yes.
basically, what she meant is that you won't forget, but in order to move forward, you have to release. So even
Mhm.
when you think about people that you love, when they die, we lay them to rest. We honor them. We release them. We never forget them. But in
Yes.
order for us to live and move on, we have to let them go. But their
Yes.
memory stays on. So that can work both ways when we're moving on with our life. Some things we have to let go. And they could be
Mhm.
positive things too. Sometimes you're working in a job and or you're doing certain things and you're like, well, I want to do this now in my life. Sometimes you have to let those things go in order to move forward. So what do you need to let die in order for you to thrive and be all right
Yes.
with that?
Very nice.
All righty. Tip
Mhm.
three, forgiveness is a gift that should be extended to yourself,
Yes.
right? A lot of times we will forgive others, but we forget that we need to forgive ourselves. Sometimes we are wearing the weight of unforgiveness because we haven't
Mhm.
forgiven ourselves for whatever things that may have happened in our life, right?
Yes. Yes.
And what does forgiveness do? Unforgiveness do? It weighs us down, you know.
Yes.
It does. And so when we forgive people, what is it? It's a deliberate decision. We're deliberately deciding that we are going to let them go, let
Mhm.
whatever they did go. And so we
Mhm.
have to do that too. Be deliberate about forgiving yourself so that you
Mhm.
can live your life on purpose. Tip four, love the person you are as you are becoming the person you want to be.
Yes.
Woo! Yes. Come
Very
on,
good.
guys. Yes. Do you love you right now?
Yes.
Sometimes we have this idea of when I get to this place in my life, then I'm going to embrace myself. Or when I
Mhm.
get this job, when I'm this weight, when I look this kind of way, when I'm married, when I have kids, then I will love myself. Why don't you love yourself right now as you are working to become the person you are yet to be? That's
Mhm.
important. Embrace
Yes.
the journey,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Right. It's important. Tip number 4. This is number 5. No, we're on number 5.
Yes.
Woo,
Yes.
let me keep up. Tip number 5. Pause. And I just have to take a deep breath for that. How many of us take the time out to pause and enjoy the moment, enjoy life, enjoy the scenery? And with everything going on in the world today, we even see more importantly how important it is to pause.
We
Enjoy
often
our
forget
family.
it. Yeah, we keep running from one task to the other, to the third, to the fourth, but no time for ourselves.
Yes. So make sure you pause, okay? Tip 6, understanding who you are and releasing who you're not.
Nice. Nice.
Yes. Understanding who you are and releasing who you're not. I don't know everybody's situation. Some people grew up in situations. Some people have had other people speak things to them and say that you will never be this or you won't do that. Or, sometimes even ourselves will say, well, I have to be this because that's what someone expects of me. No, release those things that you are not. Release those things that don't line up to who you want to be. Because when you release those things, when you let those things die, then you have the opportunity to love who you are. So when I understand who I am, then I can release everything that doesn't line up to that. Yeah. Okay, number 7. What matters least will soon matter most. What matters least will soon matter most. And I think about the young people when I say that sometimes, and even us older people, sometimes we get so caught up in things that, and I think COVID and all that really helped us realize, like, wow, I was so worried about A, B, or C, when what's really important is social interaction. What's really important is my family. What really important is loving myself, but I haven't taken time out for that.
Yes.
So
True.
the things that we don't even put on a pedestal, those are the things that will matter most. So let's remember that as we are pausing, as number 5 said. All righty. What am I on? 8. Number 8. Live with the risk instead of the regret. Ooh, live with the risk instead of the regret. Are you willing to bet on yourself? Are you willing to take that chance?
Yes.
Some of you
We
are
need to
watching
take
this.
chances. Yes, of course.
Yes, some of you are watching this right now. And, I thank you, Mr. Sharique. Sharique, oh, I'm going to get it, that you took a chance on creating this platform to share this message. Some of you are watching this and you want to create your platform. Take a risk on yourself instead of living with the regrets, okay? Number 9, the mirror is only a reflection. The mirror is only a reflection. Why do I say that? Because I'm talking about our past. We look at the mirror, it's just a reflection. So don't get so caught up in the reflection. It's just for you to reflect and learn from. Oh, this is what happened. This is what went on. I can grow from it. So use the mirror, meaning your past, as a reflection, not for something to keep you stuck, not for something to live in regrets. It's only meant for a reflection.
Yes.
And finally, we're at 10. We made it. We made it, you guys. Number 10, which is so important to me, trusting in my spirituality to guide me, to guide you. So I personally believe that I am a spiritual being having a human experience here. And I believe in my inner spirit that will guide me. I believe, some people say that's that instance, that your gut, follow that. Don't let it don't ignore it, right? And so really, what is your belief? Really tune into that and center yourself and pause. I love that number 5, pause, so that you have time to understand that and what is speaking to you. So I thank you for letting me share my
These were
tips.
wonderful 10 tips. Really, these were wonderful 10 tips.
Thank
Actually, we
you.
learned a lot. Yes. So, for example, the impact is legacy, that we need to die. Need some things to die in order for us to thrive. Forgiveness for ourselves and loving the person who we are. And most important, to have some pause. And we need to understand what we are. So these are all very, very beautiful messages. Thank you very much for the tips. It was a pleasure having you here. So I will ask you to tell us a little bit about Wisconsin and the surroundings and about your experience, life experiences so far to our viewers.
Yes. Well, I've been born and raised in Wisconsin. If you like the cold weather, you'll love Wisconsin because we get plenty of it. Okay. Of course, if you're into football, we have the Packers here. There's a lot of beauty in Wisconsin, just like you can find beauty in any state or city that you live in. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
Mhm.
and so that's a little bit about I've been born and raised here. I went to school down in Nashville, Tennessee. I work
Mhm.
for the Department of Workforce Development. Everything that I personally do and get involved in is all centered around helping people connect to their purpose. So whether that's purpose through work, whether that's finding your
Mhm.
purpose through ministry, your spirituality, whether that's finding your purpose through entrepreneurship,
Mhm.
everything that I do is centered around that, which is why I recently just did a book, Discovering and Living Your Purpose. And
So you
so,
have written this book.
yes,
Yeah, nice, nice.
yes. And so, because I really believe that once we understand who we are and whose we are, we then can definitely live our life in purpose and on purpose for a purpose, right? And
Very nice.
so, I just love that. I love what I do. I love how I am able to serve other people and just
Mhm.
the opportunities to be able to even share. So, thank you for this opportunity to be able to share with others what I'm
Mhm.
doing. So, I'm
Yes.
grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, very nice actually. And I will ask you last question before we move. So these days, everyone is busy in their daily life, trying to make more money, being able to may be more successful. But when you think that living life for purpose, it means that you are living life for others also, to helping others. So what is the thing that you get out of it? Like peace, or can you explain like what is it to live life on purpose and live life for others?
Yes, because when you're living life on purpose, um, automatically other people will be impacted. When you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, other people are impacted. I don't care if you're doing, and I'll use this as an example. I don't care if you're doing a job where it's a job and you are working independently. Somebody is impacted by that. But when you understand why you're doing it, that's where the true impact comes in. If you don't understand why you're doing it, it's not going to keep you up and keep you going. And you can easily be removed from it, right? Someone can easily shift you because when you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. But when I
True.
know where I'm going, I can focus. I can use if you we call I think they call them environmental specialists, basically the people who pick up the garbage, right? Somebody might be like, oh, that's the garbage man. But a person who understands, no, I'm an environmental specialist. If I didn't come pick up your garbage, do you know what would happen to your neighborhood? Do you
True.
know the
True.
kind of animals and things that will come? Do you know just what would happen how would people be if we left garbage out all day? People would be
True.
having,
True.
right. And so a person, I don't care what the job is, if you understand the importance of what you do, even though they
Yes.
can independently drive and pick that up, they know that
Yeah.
they're having an impact on the whole environment.
True.
Right. So it's really
True.
understanding what is your purpose. Your purpose will equal your paycheck, like people say. When you're not
Mhm.
really worried about, the money will come when you're living in your purpose.
So we need to understand the purpose of the things we are doing. We need to understand the purpose of the people around us, and we need to respect everyone around us. And
Yeah.
every job is a good job. There is nothing like a bad job. Yeah, very
Right.
nice messages actually, Laneice. I would like to really thank you for joining this show, and it was a
Thank
pleasure to
you.
have you here. And maybe we will remain in contact after this also.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you so much again. My name is Laneice McGee with Laneice Leads. I enjoy sharing these tips. I enjoy sharing this platform with you.
Yes, thanks. And I will share your website also,
Right.
lennoxleads.com, in the description so
Thank you.
people can connect to you. It was a pleasure to have you on the show. And thank you very much, all the viewers who keep motivating us, liking our videos, commenting us, and also give feedback on this video. If you have some questions to Laneice directly, you can also write in the comments or write to her directly. Contact details will be shared. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Goodbye.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.